That's the way I'd almost feel. So, right, so go.
When I do that, like you're about to do,
Yeah.
when I do that, it makes leaning on it easier.
Easy because you've got the room to do it.
I have to.
Yeah. Whereas when you're like this,
Yeah.
it's impossible. Those two trees. Yeah, every single one.
Yeah.
And that's on a right to left wind, which is, I think, is the big thing.
10 yards.
Yeah. And we've said about the irons, like we want them more neutral. Yeah, mate, so obviously down here today working with Brandon at the K Club, and the reason I've come this week mainly is to come out and see what he's doing day to day on the driving range, and just to see where his swing's at before we obviously start doing some work. Got on the range today, just got like a bit of an initial assessment, just had a little look at his ball flight, what window it's coming out in, how much movement's on the golf ball, and then really then just went to work with a couple of new feels just to help, in my opinion, just kind of bringing it down a window or two and then just limiting the shape a little bit so that he can kind of get out there and just pick some more aggressive lines when he gets onto the golf course.
That's kind of how I look. I just felt that when I'm up like that.
Yeah. There you go. So the little cheat code I have is, you know, just putting a tripod in front of me with my camera on, and I look at it and I do it on the camera and I'm like...
Stay higher, don't you?
Yeah. It's almost like a little free bit just by changing your eye, where your eyes are. Yeah, mate, I'd say it's looking pretty good by the end of the session today. Like, obviously it's the first time I've been here and watched him in person, and yeah, if it's been like that for a while, it's pretty impressive. So really looking forward to seeing obviously how he gets on this week, if we can get that out on the golf course. That's different. That's different. Drawing driver without trying to. That's going to be quite funny to watch my face on there when you hit that, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, because I just went like that. Nice. Nice, Brandon. Something like that, mate.
Hello and welcome to the stunning K Club. We're of course here for the Irish Challenge. I'm Gabby Partington. I'll be bringing you updates, taking over the socials, giving you all the stories and the luck of the Irish right through to when we crown our winner on Sunday night.
On the tee, from England, Brandon Robson Thompson.
Brandon got off to a fast start with a birdie on his first hole. The long birdie putt drops on 12, moving Brandon to 2 under through 3 holes. He picked up 3 further birdies on 15, 17, and a tap-in birdie on 18 put Brandon at 5 under through his first 9 holes. A bogey on the first meant a dropped shot, but Brandon bounced back quickly with 3 birdies in a row on 3, 4 and 5. A par on the last and a first round of 7 under, which was good for 4th place at the end of day 1. Round 2 started in some tricky conditions due to high wind and rain.
Team from England and defending champion Brandon Robinson Thompson.
But despite conditions, Brandon managed to pick up birdies on holes 3. Another birdie on 4. And a birdie on 6, moving Brandon to 10 under overall. A bogey-free round continuing to improve with another birdie on 11. A birdie on 14. And a birdie on 15 to move to 13 under overall, leading the tournament by 3 shots. The big up and down on 17, and Brandon had only 1 hole left to play. His first tee shot landed in the water, and his second tee shot landed in the fairway bunker, which led to Brandon playing his 6th shot on the par 5 18th hole, still 150 yards from the hole. Brandon finished with a 9, dropping 4 shots on the final hole of the day, but still carded a round of 2 under and was just 1 shot back of the leader.
Yeah, yesterday's round was class for the most part. I got up in the morning and I could just hear the trees just going, and I was like, it's gonna be blowing. We had drizzle, rain on and off for about 3 hours. It was just tough. It was just like a really hard round of golf, like to play in, but like the conditions were just, I wouldn't even say tricky, they were just hard. I think my driver really good. Got up and down a couple of times, like momentum savers. Even just on the second hole, hold like a 10-foot for par. But after that, it was all kind of birdie looks, really. probably, yeah, I was 6 under. Just made a great up and down on 17, and then, you know what? Surely, you know what happens. Well, after I couldn't find it, I probably knew, like, the line I hit it on was good. It was good 10 minutes before I hit, when it wasn't raining and it was straight downwind. Anyway, a whole lot of acceptance, really. I was like, oh, okay, well, gotta go re-tee. Hit a fairly good drive down there, re-teeing, and then that actually reached the bunker, hit it too well, and then I hit it out of the bunker, and I hit the lip, nobody saw where it went. The ref didn't see where it went, I didn't see where it went, spectators didn't see where it went, and at this point it's like, it's coming down. Hands are wet, clubs are wet, and then my man Brand managed to find it like 30 yards away from me, 90 degrees. So now I'm laying 4, and I've still got to lay up and then hit over the water onto the green. And it's coming down, it was so wet. But yeah, just, you know, lay it up, got like 120 yards, into the wind, into the rain, hit a poor shot to like 60 feet, and 3-putt, evidently. And then to rub salt into sore wounds, get the ball out of the hole, tapped in for 9, and like my ball, I tried to put my ball in and I dropped it, tried to catch it, and it rolls right into the bunker, like, ah. But you know what? It's times like that where, like, you feel like you're getting tested, and like, it's hard sometimes to like accept it all, but because the day was so good and I was playing so good, I think that's the most acceptance I've ever had from, you know, a serious cock-up, you know? So, on one side, really positive, I guess. Little plan for today. I should have gone in there, really. Plan for today. You'll hear it, you've heard it before, you'll hear it again. But much of the same, really. Do what I've been doing. Keep committing to my golf shots. Keep hitting good shots, keep rolling good putts. And as always, just enjoy it, which is what I'm good at, because I love golf and I love playing, I love competing. What more could you want?
Across England, the defending champion, Brandon Robertson Thompson. Thank you.
Round 3 got off to another fast start with an eagle on the par 5 third hole, moving Brandon to 11 under overall and joint leader. Another near chip in on the 4th hole just slides by. A birdie on 7. And a lengthy birdie on the par 3 8th moved Brandon back to 13 under overall and back to the solo leader. 9 straight pars on the back 9 put Brandon in the clubhouse on 13 under, leading by 1 stroke going into the final round.
This is content gold, isn't it? Good day today. Good round. bogey free on a day like that. Feels good. Like I hit it okay. I hit it pretty good off the tee, but like into the greens like wasn't the best. I mean, there was 3 or 4 bogeys waiting for me today if my short game wasn't tidy. But no, I think that was probably the most positive thing out of today, to be honest. It was just the patience, you know, even though I wasn't hitting like amazing shots into the greens, I was just keeping it together and hitting some. You know, I think the best thing was actually, not that I was hitting good chips, whatever, getting up and down, it was that 3 or 4 times, like I chipped it to like a foot, which is like stress-free. Like you chip it to a foot, it's like boom. So, yeah, it was nice. Hold some nice putts too, to be honest. The thing is, you'd rather be in the lead, wouldn't you? Like people get all worked up, like, I mean, I'd rather be in the lead. If anyone tells you any different, they're lying, surely. Keep holding putts. I think that's the key as well. On some of those, like, especially like par 5s, you get good drives away and it's like, game on. So, and then some of the shorter par 4s, you can get a good drive away and you get sort of up by the green, you've got wedges, so. Yeah. Drive for dough, putt for dough.
Brandon enters the final round with a 1-shot lead over the field.
Tee from England. Second champion, Brandon Robinson.
Brandon started his final round with 6 straight pars, allowing playing partners Sebastian Gross and Joachim Lagergren to catch up and take a share of the lead. A long birdie putt on 7 put Brandon back in the lead, tied with Sebastian. With Joachim making little mistakes, he started to pull away with the lead. Brandon gave himself multiple birdie opportunities, but couldn't convert them, and was running out of holes. An opportunity to get back to a share of the lead came on the par 4 16th hole, where Brandon was 13 under and 1 shot behind Lagergren, who hit his approach into the water, giving Brandon a window of opportunity. But battling strong wind conditions, Brandon missed the green and failed to get up and down, resulting in a dropped shot. Lagergren, however, made a huge up and down after taking a drop, meaning he only dropped 1 shot and stayed 1 ahead of Brandon. On the par 3 17th hole, Brandon failed to 2-putt, resulting in another dropped shot putting him 2 behind Lagergren, leaving Brandon needing to do something special on the 18th hole. But unfortunately, it was Lagergren who pulled off a fantastic bunker shot to hole out for eagle and secure the victory at the K Club. Brandon did, however, make a birdie on the last to secure him solo 3rd place and some much-needed points for the Challenge Tour rankings.
Today was tough. Probably some of the windiest conditions I've played in ever. Luckily we didn't have any rain, but yeah. I mean, I don't know, you could probably hear the trees now through the window. Just really difficult. Mostly, like, putting was difficult, but I mean, I hit drives 250 yards. Hit a lot of good shots front nine. Had a lot of good looks for birdie, not close, but between like 15 and 25 feet, and rolled some really nice putts. Close, just didn't really make any. Like, being in contention, having people watch, playing and competing when it counts, when it matters, that's when I thrive the most. And I think that's when I enjoy it the most, to be honest. Well, I guess as an overview for the week, sat here right now, less than an hour after finishing. It's hard not to be disappointed, but give me another hour. Honestly, at the start of the week, with Liam coming in, us doing some work, for the first time, never really knew what to expect, but from last week, and I said it on the channel, this could be the kickstart to the season that we needed. And I guess I was right. In the back of my mind, I know there was so much progress made this week. Even on my putting, my short game, and my full swing, I feel like we have a really good plan moving forward. And this week was supposed to be a building block for that. Last week, this week, this was supposed to be weeks of like building. And I alluded to last week on the channel that it was rediscovering who I was, and I feel like this week's been a stepping stone again towards that. And I guess now, even now that I'm saying it out loud, it feels good, and I know that we're on the right track and we're doing the right things. I mean, every shot counts for me. It counts for everyone, but every shot counts, I know that. So the birdie on the last to finish solo third was great. Of course, it's not what I wanted, but I think it gets me inside the top 50 now on the rankings, which is huge, points on the board. And like I said last week, got to win twice. So we're literally about to pack up our stuff now, and we're heading to the next event, which is up near Aberdeen in Newmarket, a place where I've had a little bit of success before. I think I finished tied third there last year. So yeah, it's nice to have these building blocks now, then next week play a course that I've played already. So it's great momentum, and the goal remains the same: win twice. We need to win 2 tournaments before the end of the season. So the time is now, and let's ride.